and welcome back to Let's Play 35 plus years of Advanced Squad Leader. It is, I guess to date this, this is August 25th, 2025. So, I am mere days away from leaving the country, which means, as I said on Saturday, there will not be any games for the month of September period. So apologies if people are looking forward to that in particular. But nonetheless, I'm playing tonight. Tonight's scenario is hopefully a small one. My brain is a little fried here, so I'm gonna have to hope I don't get anything too wrong. um, so this scenario is FF-15. This is from the Heat of Battle Firefights pack. I believe this is Firefights number 2. Yeah. Um, Essentially, it was, I think it's a 6 scenarios, something like that. 7. How much does this say here? It says 6, but I think there's a bonus one. Anyways, point being, there's a decent selection of scenarios in this one, as well as each scenario essentially getting their own little mini board. So this one being FF-15, as marked on the map, but there's quite a few other ones as well. I think I forget if Firefights 1 each have individual unique maps, but it's interesting that this is the case. One of the kind of selling points for such a scenario pack. Now, this scenario, because it does use a, we'll say custom map, but what's the more appropriate way to put it is it does not have an accurate map in and of itself translated. So for example, if I go over to O1, it's reading as M1 and 0 and it's not centered. This is because of the way that you input data in the text file, or the text file that goes into the zip file that then gets converted, we'll say, to not be a zip file anymore. So if anything is off by a little bit, that's just the scenario, or the map, I should say, and how Vassal reads it. I cannot be asked to try and fix this, especially since, again, my brain is a little fried here, so I don't want to try and figure this out. It's not going to have a huge effect. If anything, it might make it slightly confusing as to know what hex some things are in. As an example here, I have units in H6, it reads G6, and it's off center, but hopefully we can all get there in the end. Now, this scenario is rather small and has north pointed to the right, which means that the wind coming from southeast. There you go. So this scenario is particularly small. It's 5 turns, so it's not that big to begin with. But it also has a very small number of troops in a small amount of space. I believe these are supposed to be like half boards. A through P, and the rest would be Q through double G, which, I can't math that out right now, but it seems like it looks like it would be half a board. Now, because of it being half board and small unit size and small size overall, it might not be a very long stream, but that's just the nature of it sometimes. Scenario variables, or otherwise known as the ECs for this scenario. So EC, wind, moderate, and mild wind from southeast. We don't really care too much about moderate, but you know what? I got a counter for it, so we'll put a counter for it. Additionally, there is 2 different types of grain in this one, and both of them are treated differently, which is a little annoying if I have to be honest. So first and foremost, this grain is treated as vineyard, and this grain is treated as plowed. Now, problem with this, and I could be wrong on this, is I don't know if it takes the orientation into effect. What I mean by this is that the scenario card just lists grain as horizontal versus vertical, and I don't know if that's supposed to mean um, that they're treated differently if you just rotate the board. It can be very confusing, especially if you're just playing this with the physical card. Um, depending on what side of the board you're sitting on, you're just getting confused. So I'm gonna play it as that as um, actually I should probably play it the other way around because this looks more muddy than the other one. So we'll treat this as the other one. So plowed and muddy. Any vehicle entering a green hex must check for bog and as if EC are mud. And then we've got our vineyard in J4 and I5. I'm just gonna play it that way. I can't imagine I'm really gonna be throwing guys in there, but you never know. Historical rules. These are essentially the special scenario rules involved in this scenario card. So in this one, the French suffer from early morning sun blindness. So this means that if they are facing the east, yeah, if they are facing the east, they get, I believe, a +2. It might actually be a +3. There's probably a counter for this. If I go to DTO, +2 for sun blindness. So I'll just do this way. And I'll toss it there. So essentially, if you are within this cone of in terms of line of sight, then you apply the +2 sun blindness. Otherwise, it's just a regular shot as per normal. German 247s. These are only if you receive as variable reinforcements. They don't combine. I don't have any variable reinforcements that come into play, so don't have to worry about it. And then there's a map note that says you can also use this as a half-board overlay for ASL board 14. I don't know why you would necessarily do it, but whatever. And presumably it's supposed to connect. P is supposed to overlay over that section of board 14. Now, what makes this scenario quick and easy, or potentially quick and easy, is that the Germans essentially just have 2.5 squads. That is a pitiful number of units. The French, on the other hand, have 4.5 squads. Not much more, but still, it is something. There is oddly enough, the scenario calls for a balance, but the balance is just that a side may choose to add their variable units. So to add variable units, you're given essentially a list. You roll 2 dice, and whatever your result is generates whatever the equivalent number on the list is. So you might be able to get crew with mortars. You might be able to get a squad with an LMG on a sidecar, etc. The French might get a bunch of half squads with some half tracks. They could get a cannon with a truck that would tow it, that sort of thing. But that's pretty much it. So without further ado, ELR is 4, SAN 3 for Germans, and the opposite way around for the French. I think also a thing to point out, in case I get this wrong, I don't think I'm doing this wrong, but never know. In these scenario cards of the pack, which you can't see, but if you ever get this pack, FF-15 is the only scenario that has a simultaneous setup. So both sides have to place their units in their respective setup areas or deployment and all that sort of stuff. But this scenario card does not tell you who starts first. It doesn't really make sense that the Germans would go first. So in this case, I've just had it. I just make it so that the French come in. They're the ones on the attack, and they should therefore be the ones who move first. Lastly, objective for this scenario: to win, the French must control 3 or more buildings at game end. This map has 4 only, and the Germans do not start in any of the stone buildings. So, anyways, that should be it. So we're just gonna go straight ahead in this. 6, no change in weather, no rally phase actions, no prep fire. So we're gonna move. In the movement phase, I have quite a few options to take, and I'm going to try and make the most of it here. Now, I do have some units that unfortunately are better on road, and others that are absolutely worse on open ground. So I'm going to have this unit come on board for one. I'm not going to reveal anything just yet. Everybody should be concealed to each other. The Germans don't have, the French don't have anybody on board, so they automatically gain concealment, and the French won't have anything, or aren't technically spotted, so they get concealed as well. I'm going to move them to L7, stop. This is 3 movement points. I'm then going to drop them for, it's a quarter, so 4 points if you round up, I believe. So, cost 7 overall. I don't really care for them anymore, so I'll start back up for 8, turn 3 times for 11, 12, 13, and then 14 off board, because CVP does not matter and the truck's not going to do anything. So, I'm going to drop this guy off. I don't really care to reveal anybody, if I'm being honest. I guess technically it would make a lot of sense to do that, so I would reveal a 248, and then they would just lose their concealment. Not really the end of the world. They should be able to see them too. Yeah. That's also going to be a bit of a problem, line of sight, but we'll figure it out. Alright. Next up, I do have some guys on motorcycles, so they will get in. 1, they'll rotate for 2, should have done that first, but 3, 4, 5, stop for 6. As they get there, yeah, it's particularly dangerous. I really don't have much in the way of options right from the get-go. So I think as they get here, and we'll say they stop, because I want to get into this stone building. As they stop, I'm going to have a 468 shoot at them. Now, okay. I was going to say, I believe they get a -2, which I'm pretty sure motorcyclists do get a -2, regardless. Do I have the, is it in the charts? Do they have it here? FP modifiers. Motorcyclist is just a -1. Okay. Or at least according to Neil's charts. I'm going to assume he's correct. These guys would have been revealed. Then on the stop, they get shot. Like I said, it was 4 firepower. They cowered, so it goes down to 2, but it's still a 2 down 1, which means it is a 1 KIA. So these guys are just straight up eliminated. I believe the motorcycles go as well. On the plus side, they are final fired, so there's nothing that can really be done from that squad anymore, but honestly a significant loss nonetheless. I'm going to try now for this. So I'm going to have a half track come in from off board. They will spend 3 to get to, there's an A3. They will eventually lose their concealment. Stop for 4. As I stop for 4, I'm going to take a shot with an ATR against them. It will not be a hit because they did move this turn, so they get a +2. Excuse me. Yeah, they stopped plus hindrance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, no, I believe that's going to be a miss, which is very unfortunate. So it took them 4. Same deal. They will drop for 8. Maybe I was 1 off on that one. 1, 2, 3. Stop for 8. Turn 3 times. No, I think it was correct. Anyways, these guys will jump out. This guy who's at 8 starts for 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 off board as well, because I do not care for having more stuff on the board if I don't need to. I also forgot to have going around there. All right. This MMG hopefully will get some stuff going here if I can get them into these woods. Next up is, God, who am I most worried about? I'm really worried about these two units. I think. Hmm. Okay, if I'm most worried about them, let's go with one of these guys. So I'm gonna have a half track come in off board. No matter what, they'll lose concealment anyways. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They're gonna stop for 5. I'm gonna make sure I'm keeping track here as well. 5 and empty. Okay, so they've stopped for 5. I'm going to have a 248 reveal himself and take a shot. No. Alright, so he's first fired. These guys will... Ooh, that's right, there's no residual there. Do I want to throw them into residual? Not necessarily. And I'm not worried about subsequent. So, it took me 4, 5. I'm going to start for 6. I'm going to shuffle 1 down for 7. Stop for 8. And then drop them, excuse me, for 12. Start this guy for 13, and then 14, or 14 in motion. Yeah. Next up, other guy who's also in a half track from off board. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop for 5. Come on. Stop for 5. Drops them off for 9. Starts for 10, 11, 12. And then 14. 14 in motion. Next up, I have a truck with a full squad, so they will come in for 1, 2, 3. As they get there, they will lose concealment. What's the range on this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Yeah, I mean 4. No reason not to. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to deal with that. 4. I'm gonna take a shot with these this gang in I8 or sorry J9. God, that's gonna bug me so much. Just it makes the most sense to at least shoot on a further guy. Hope for the best. So that is 7 firepower. It is down 1 at the very least. So it is a 5 on 7. Even if we do an unmodified, which I believe would be unmodified versus vehicle, I always forget if it's final or modified. I'm going to assume that it is a unmodified that will immobilize the vehicle because it's an equal. And then a 5 on 7 is a 2 morale check. So these guys will take a 2 morale check. And they will break. So they're broken in there. That will be this guy's shot as first fire. And then 2 residual. Next up, another truck. They're also going to lose concealment as they get on board. So 1, 2, 3, 4. As I get there, I believe I can shoot at them. So I will take a subsequent, because why not? Won't do anything. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8. Stop for 9. Drop them for, was it quarter, 7? Yeah, 7 to 16. I don't really have movement points left with them, but I will final protect, or not final protect, final fire. So it is a 2 down 2, I believe. Leader's directing, but he has no modifier to it. 7 on 2 is nothing, so these guys will just get there. We'll say for free, but that's not really what it is. Truck will start for 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 in motion. And I believe that's it for turn 1 French movements. So we'll go ahead and take out residual. Defensive fire phase, I don't really have any more. I'm also really curious here because I feel like I might have gotten that wrong so many times. Multiple raids, fire lane. Oh wow. Okay, I didn't realize it was that. See, that's okay. So I need to start trying to remember that for a lot of things because I broke that LMG because I'm using sustained fire, because I'm using subsequent first fire. Um, yeah, your your breakdown number is lowered by 2. So, gotta remember that because I don't think I ever remember that, and that might lead to a lot of. I'm sure that must lead to a lot of like machine guns just getting some free shots or not sustaining problems. Like a B11 LMG, I don't think I'll ever really want to subsequent because 9 9 is a pretty achievable number. And I gotta try to remember that. Anyways, so that's it for defensive fire phase. Not much else I can really do. Advanced fire phase, I only really have one option. So squad with the LMG is gonna fire. They're at so it's 6 firepower, doubled halved, so it's 6 up 2. All right. Easy come, easy go, as they say. That's it for shots, since I don't really have anything else to attack with. Routes, these guys are stuck in the truck. I don't know if I can actually route while they're passengers. Actually, they don't really have a chance anymore, and the vehicle is stopped. So they might actually be able to route out and then um, to an adjacent hex. If I'm playing that wrong, I'm sorry. I don't think it really matters at this point. The Germans have way better targets anyways. Can I get confirmation real quick, I guess, is the one question here. Mandatory fire group, routes. Same location. Does it say if they are in a passenger rider? No, it's got to be somewhere else. Well, like I said, I don't think it really matters. And if it does, then at least I've got video proof that we can flip the game result to the other side. So they're gonna route there. Nobody else has to route. We'll go to advanced phase. In the advanced phase, MMG is going to take up stock in this woods. I'm gonna have a half squad with a 7 leader in jump into F4. The guys underneath the motion vehicle are gonna go into H4 because I want that building. Let's change this to BVP. We'll give them 2. Full squad in I6 is going to go into, what is that, H6. They'll start a CC there. And then 248 is going to just jump in some woods, be jolly. That should be it. CC phase, there is 1 CC. I am going to roll for the French first, and then the Germans. The French get an ambush, which is surprising, to be honest. There shouldn't be any modifiers. So French have an ambush. It is a 4-3, which I don't believe changes any values because 3-2 does not apply here. So it is a 1-1 down 1. There is no result. The Germans will fight back as a 1-2 up 1, no result. This turns into a melee, and that causes some problems. Okay. Turn 1 for the Germans. They are going to roll for weather. Doesn't change anything. Go to rally phase. The only thing that happens is the DM comes off over on the French squad. Prep fire phase. I might be able to see this from these guys, which is really good to know. So I'm going to do a 4-up-1 against the guy in with the MMG. I will cower again, second time for that squad. I will cower to a 2, and then the +1 will make that so no result. I'm going to try stacking I8 against the guys in G4. I don't know if I can see it, but I think that's clean. Yeah, that should be clean. I'm not touching this house. I'm not touching these brush, and this wood should thread the needle anyways. So I'm going to declare that as a... oh, you know what? I forgot to try and repair. All right. That matters. I have T. All right. What the fuck? Oh, man. Ah, all right. You know, just... Why? Ah... What was I saying about easy come, easy go? No prep fire. Or no more prep fire, sorry. The German reinforcements, as well as the French ones, don't come in until turn 2. And the only difference between the two is that the Germans come in on the east edge, and the French come in on west and north, just basically like their original setup. So not much different there. I guess I should also have specified that the sun blindness in H6 should not have affected I6, so that shot would have been fine regardless. But yeah. Also, it's very interesting that the French suffer from early morning sun blindness because it's limited to a side, whereas you would think the Germans, if they're shooting eastward, then they would also be affected. But I guess you just never would presume that the French would get around. But anyways, nonetheless, that's it for there's no movement possible, rather than that's it for possible movement. MMG is going to shoot at the squad in the building. It is a 4-up-2. Nothing happens there. So first fire. 2-4, doesn't have a shot, and you know what? 2-up-1. Nope. And 2-up-2. No. All right. That was more sniper bait than the down 1 or up 1 shot only, but nonetheless, we're just gonna go with it. No advanced fire phase. No routes. Advances in the advance phase. I don't really need to advance anywhere. I guess I could. I'll go to K10 because I'll be able to see this empty hex to prevent these guys from reinforcing. So gives me a little something, a little consolation prize. No other advances. We go to CC. In the CC phase, Germans are attacking in this time around, so they are a 1-2 unmodified. They will get a kill, and the French will not. They will simply lose their guy. I can't repair this. I'm gonna drop it to the bottom, but I don't think it's gonna matter anymore. That is a terrible way to lose a guy. Right. I think that's it. We go to French turn 2 in their deployment. I'm gonna have both of these guys set up here because I don't really have a reason to do otherwise. Come on, thank you. Okay. They're just going to sit up top because why not? So rally phase actions are going to try and self-rally the squad in the woods. They will get their rally, which is great. I need this squad at this point. No other rally phase actions outside of repair. Don't get it. All right. I think my magic pixie dust is over for that. Prep fire phase, MMG, building, 4 up 2, no effect. These guys need to book it. These guys need to just be a nuisance. Although I guess I do have at least a turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you know what? 6 up 2. 7 on 6 should be a normal. So leader and squad. The leader is pinned. The half squad is fine. Allied sand does not activate. I did not get rate, which doesn't really matter. Yeah, I think that's it. We'll go to movement phase. In the movement phase, half squad is going to... Ooh, you know what? Okay, let's do the easy stuff first. This guy gets off board. You just go here. This guy gets off board. You go there. This guy will turn for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 off board. He's good. Alright. Even if he's half track, I could have gone anywhere else anyways. But that's the important part is they're off board. I've cleared the map. Okay. Tough decisions here is really the name of the game. I don't have smoke, which is very unfortunate. But I'm going to send this 248 to assault move adjacent the big German squad or stack in L9. Do I shoot at that? It is assault movement. It's an 8 flat. And I feel like I'm going to need to blow them up. Otherwise, I might be in trouble. That's a Pintash check. They're fine. That sucks. Okay, that's not going how I want, but that's okay. That's okay. Stack and F4 is going to assault move to F5. Man, really, that resolution stuff playing hard to adapt here. I'm going to take this shot because I can't let them threaten a third building here. So 8 down 1 for non-assault. Sorry, open ground. 2 on 8 is a 1 KIA. So we're gonna do random selection. Leader half squad. Leader is straight dead because it is a KIA. Pretty sure he's just straight dies. And then this guy auto breaks. And then this guy has shots. And it is 4 residual. Alright, perfect starts here. Stacking in H4 assault move for the half squad. I cannot let that stand no matter what. So I will have the entire stack here shoot. You know what? That makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna just retroactively try to pick up the LMG. Cool. The ATR is gonna shoot. The half squad is gonna shoot. The ATR only provides 1. The half squad is at 4, so it's a 5 down 1. 8 on 5 isn't... Oh, it is a pin test check. They're fine. And then 2 residual. Now, this is important because it gives me a little bit of freedom of movement. I'm going to have the 9-1 dash into F4. There shouldn't be any options to really shoot at him because this guy's locked, this guy's locked, this guy's locked. And then guys on motorcycles will do 1, 2, 3. I did the same thing as last time. 4, 5. 4 for turning, 5 here. 6, 7. drop for 13 total, and then normal move to G6. And then I'm never going to use these ever again. As they get here, I will subsequent with the guys in F6. Oof. It is down to 3 on 4. 2 morale check. They break. It's not great. And then the guys with the LMG, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stopped for 9, 15. And then same idea. I don't really care. They're just gonna drop. There is 2 residual, and I'm just not gonna chance it because I've already lost, or I've already had too many guys break here. Yeah. As much as it pains me, because this was them surviving. This was really nice. But that's just the nature of it. Defensive fire phase. These guys will shoot a second time because why not? It is now a 4 flat against the guys in the woods. Nothing happens. Stack in H6 is going to final protect or just final on the guys in H5. So it is the ATR is not participating because honestly can't really do anything because it's pinned. But the half squad is a 2 firepower flat. They will cower, but that is still a normal morale check, which the half squad will fail. Sniper activates. Sniper 6-5. He will go to E6 F6 and pin them. That is very unfortunate. That is just a pin. They're final fired anyways, so nothing matters on that end. Take off defensive, take off residual. Advanced fire phase, honestly, I don't really have any. I can do this guy for 1-up-1. No. And then that's pretty much it. Go to routes. In the route phase, so guys in H5 go to H4. Guys in F5 go to F4. The guys in F5 G5 will have to surrender. So it's a question of do I accept the surrender or not? I mean, I guess technically anybody could accept the prisoners. So yeah, I'm gonna accept prisoners. It's way more worth to not take prisoners in this case, just because of low unit counts. I feel like anything goes wrong and it'll just backfire. But I'm gonna have those guys become prisoners because they can't. Everything is open ground from G6, so they have to. I think that's it. Advanced phase. In the advanced phase, LMG is going to join the leader in F4. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. These guys are pinned, so they can't do anything. I think that'll just stay as is. CC, none. We go to turn 2 Germans. I might actually get a win as the Germans here. Germans rolled for a full squad with an LMG, which is pretty intense, all things considered. I don't really know where to put these guys, which is the unfortunate thing. Honestly, I can see like drop them off here, get him into N9, and then just kind of deny this guy any movement. So maybe that's the plan, and if any worst comes to worst, I can do something against them. So I think that's going to be the plan, is just have the LMG coming on this side, because I don't want to get shot by the MMG, essentially. So over here, I've got no rallies for the Germans. The French will attempt a rally. They will shockingly get it, which is kind of crazy. I can't recombine because they've one guy has done an action. This guy can't rally, so his DM goes away. The Germans will just blow up this LMG so that the French can't ever get it again. And I will attempt to repair, which I've repaired it a second time. It's kind of crazy. We go to prep fire phase. In the prep fire phase, I'm going to unload on a half squad in woods as a 14 flat. 7 on 14 is a 2 morale check. They will absolutely flub that. They will also ELR, which is really bad for them. I might as well do the 4-up-1. They're fine. And the stack in G or H6 is going to shoot at the broken guys in H4. It didn't matter. But could I... That would be 3 firepower. If I roll a 2... Yeah, I can still get a normal roll check. So these guys will re-DM. But outside of that, that's it. Movement phase, motorcycles, 1 hex. It doesn't... I don't even care to calculate it. It can't be impressive or important enough. They move 1 hex, stop, drop, and then they'll do their shenanigans later. Defensive fire phase. In the defensive fire phase, I have an MMG that will shoot at a building. 4-up-2, nothing happens. It is a medium, so I will take a second shot. I don't... Well, I will cower. But that is a 1 morale check. Okay. I also have to roll for the prisoners. They will be reduced. So these guys are reduced now. These guys rolled heat of battle. They roll a 4 for a hero creation, which is probably the nail in the coffin here. Just granting a free hero, especially in, like, yeah, I don't know if that's, I don't know if the French can really recover from that. I'm going to try, but I don't think it's really possible here. So, LMG, so half squad is going to shoot the LMG, and then another half squad is going to take a shot at, I might as well just try and blow up the hero at this point. So 4-up-1, 6 on 4 is a normal, so hero is fine. Almost wasn't, but is fine. We'll do guards first. They are fine, and then the prisoners are fine because it is a normal and not anything else. So they are shot, and then LMG plus squad 6-up-2, 8 on 6 pin test check, leader and half squad. Sniper doesn't trigger. That's it. Advanced fire phase, none. Routes. In the route phase, the Germans don't have anything to do. The French are going to route to M9. That's all I can really go for. Advanced phase, squad with the LMG is going to go adjacent because I might as well. I might as well just bring those guys up. I don't think that matters all that much. And that's it. No CC. We go to French turn 3. French turn 3, weather, no change. Rallies, I got a self-rally to attempt. Man, neither of these are good, but I might as well try here. No. Maybe I could have saved them or something, but not the case. So, that's it for rally. Prep fire, 4-up-2. I really need this. Nope. Alright. Really need that, that to happen. Oh, you know what? Can I recombine those guys? Yeah, Germans can't recombine, but the French have no reason not to recombine. So, I'm going to recombine these guys because that's insane to not do that. Okay, so I have 2 options. I either go full send to try and grab the 3rd building, or I die. Well, maybe not, but This is untenable at this point. I don't know if I can beat these guys. I don't have tanks. I don't have smoke. I don't have artillery. I don't really have range or anything to like help that out. I could try to mosey this guy around or into here. Okay, I'm gonna try something. If this doesn't work, I think this was a valiant attempt regardless. Um, I think the French just lost too much too early. So I'm gonna CX the guys in whatever this hexer is, 65 M4. They will go to L3. As they get into L3, they pay 2 to get there. Are there any shots I want to do? No. They'll get to K3. At that point, squad with the LMG is going to take a shot. Now it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So LMG's in range. Squad is reduced. I can't imagine this would touch this. Yeah, the vehicle in M5. I can't imagine it would touch it. So, as a result, it is 5 firepower flat. Pintash check? They're fine. So they're there for 4. They go into J3 for 5, and then I4 for 6. I don't think I have any shots against them at this point, so that will be that. And then stack in F4 is going to assault move. I guess if I shoot... Because I probably want to wait until next turn, and then I advance on both. Okay, I'm gonna, yeah, retract that. These guys will just take a shot as a 6 up 1. 6 on 6 is a 1 check. Hero is wounded. Severity, he's fine. And then 1 check, break. Okay, well. Sure. Sure. That's it for movement, because I don't have any other movement I can do. Defensive, final fire against the broken guy. Nope. That is going to break the LMG. Again, I really need to... That is a far deadlier thing the more I realize it. 3 up 3? Yeah. Honestly, I just need these guys to stay DM. Advanced fire phase, none. None that I can do, anyways. Routes. Routes is going to be interesting. So, we'll take off our markers. These guys stay where they are. This guy stays where he is. Oh, you know what? I forgot to take a morale check. There's a 1 morale check. Alright, well. There goes that guy. We'll just delete these. Yeah, wow. Okay, so this DM guy can stay there. He's fine. This guy DM stays there. This guy, on the other hand, has to move. Can he see these guys? No, I think that crosses over this. So, because he can't see him, he can low crawl once. Is this closer? 4, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, no. So he gets there. He can low crawl there, and that's as much as he can go. Unless, can he see him? Yes. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. So this guy becomes a prisoner. Do I care for prisoners at this point? The French already killed their own guys. This far out, I don't want the prisoners, so I'm just going to declare no. 9 quarter. Also, I should do this. you know, at a certain point, it's just not really worth it. So we're just going to declare this axis, and that's it. Excuse me. Oh, you know what? That's true. I instantly forgot the sun blindness. Sick. Love when... Why is it that I get these? Yeah, thank you. You get banned. Yeah, I think considering... I forgot the +2 for sun blindness, even though I have the counter right there, which is silly of me to forget. I don't know if... I mean, realistically, it's easy to fix. This just happens. This comes off, and then there's prisoners. Which would be the half squad prisoners. The +2 would make it so that shot wouldn't have any effect, I believe. It was a 5 up 1, but instead it would be a 5 up 3, or sorry, a 6 up 3. So it'd be 8 on 6, which is a pin task check. And then, so yeah, they'd be pinned, but that's it. Actually, I don't think the hero pins. So we'll say the squad pins, but that doesn't change anything for all intents purposes. We still get to routes. The routes still occur as normal. Advanced phase, gonna have the guy in I4 go into H4. That's all I can really do, or really care to do. No CC. We go to German turn 3. German turn 3, weather, no change. Rally phase. In the rally phase, going to attempt to repair. Okay. Can't rally this guy, so that just stays there. Prep fire phase. In the prep fire phase, I'm going to keep my 3 up 2, or sorry, 3 up 3, because I just need to keep trying to DM this guy, which is fine. 5 up 2. 8 on 5 is a pin task check. So 1, 2, they're both fine. And then he has no shot. This guy can... I'm pretty sure I'd already done this before. Yeah, pretty sure that's a good shot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. I am going to get a 7 up 2. 7 on 7 is a normal. So normal morale check. So they ELR, half squad, and break. The CX comes off though, and then that guy's re-DM'd. Sniper activates for the Germans. 2-6. This goes way off in the distance. It comes back over to G4. As per the rules. Yeah, I don't think this. I don't think this truck would be a valid target. Does it say anything? Stun, recalls? Yeah, like, technically this does, like, I wouldn't even, like, count this anymore. Can I volunteer? Actually, it doesn't even matter, because this is a truck. I'm not going to count that, because that would just be the stupidest thing possible. I would just blow up my own vehicle if that was the case. So, random selection, so top, bottom. Bottom takes the hit, and they will be eliminated as a result. So, yeah, things kind of just turned for the worse. I don't care for any extra shots. Movement phase. I mean, these guys can CX 2, 4, 6. I don't really have any shots against them anyways. Defensive fire phase. MMG. 7 on 4 is a pin task check. So the squad is fine. Didn't get any. Actually, yeah. So no rate of fire or anything. Stack in F4 is going to do the 6 up 3. No. I think that's just going to be game because outside of like routes, advances, none to do outside of this, I guess. I just don't see how the French get into the buildings at this point. Weather, no change. Self-rally, didn't get it. And then MMG, that building, they will cower. It is a 6-on-2, which is a Pintash check. They're fine. Nobody's triggering other people's snipers. I did not, I don't have, well, they cower, so, you know what? There is an SSR, but I don't think it's for... Yeah, I don't think just because they're crew, I think they still cower. Anyways, so nothing happens there. And then these guys, I just need to move them. So, movement phase, assault move. These guys will shoot. It is an 8 down 3. Sorry, 10 down 3. 2 on 10. Oh, 1 KIA. Random selection. Leader squad. Leader dies. As a result of dying, this guy just breaks because of the 1 KIA. And then as a result, he has to take a morale check. One morale check. He fails it, so it becomes a half squad. And then that's just game. I can't do anything else at that point. Yeah, so that's it. I think if I had been playing without sunblindness, I think sunblindness is too strong on this one. I don't know why the Germans or the French are subject to it for the entire scenario. I think if maybe it was, the first 2 turns, sure. But to always, to always be affected by it seems a little ridiculous. Even if you're if you were in a blind hex or something, I don't know. It seems a little silly. I think I just got unlucky too with some of the French rolls. For example, the CC. If I hadn't lost that CC, even if it had just continued for an extra turn, I think it would have been able to have a little bit more firepower or units that I could throw at this guy, and then kind of be able to swarm a little bit more. Yeah. I think having these guys still be locked down for that extra turn, I could have had the French guys assault this position, force these guys to shoot, come in with the reinforcements to the H5 or elsewhere. Also have, the half squad threaten the leader and group, and then I can hopefully move in with an extra guy or two. But, you don't really expect to lose 1-to-1 versus 1-to-2 all that often, especially with the ambush. I would have figured that would have been the perfect time. If I could have gotten that, then it gets a lot trickier because the Germans can technically regain a building because the objective is just at game end, and it's not impossible for the Germans to recoup a position. I don't know if it makes sense in this scenario to just stack everybody in these buildings. I could see it being done. I don't know if it's super beneficial. I guess on the one hand, it's not really a bad idea, and not that you don't get punished for it, but more that you can... It's more of a boring play because you reduce the number of different hexes you can do stuff from, but also you're not incentivized to do anything else. It's a very very lopsided scenario. I think the scenario archive, I believe, places this one as German favored, which, considering how the game went, makes sense. I do think that if you can get the ATR to blow up a vehicle, get an LMG to get a lucky hit, especially depending on what you blow up and all that sort of stuff, can really make a huge difference. But I do think that there have been more German victories in this one. Yeah, 4-2, actually 4-1, and a draw. I I'm surprised at the draw results. I must have been run out of time, even though they're playing a super small scenario, because I don't get what the draw is for. Um, unless, like, it must have been run out of time, and it was just maybe a little too close. But either way, I think the French are really disadvantaged in this one. Um, 4-1. The scenario archive shows this incorrectly because the Germans are marked as the attacker in Roar, which is not correct. So I don't. There's a issue there with how Roar attributes stuff, but nonetheless, I do think that, like I said, the French are really disadvantaged at this one. It's pretty hard. I think take away the sun blindness after turn 2, and it's a much better scenario, because at least by then the French have gotten into the stone buildings. They've suffered enough, or at least, you know, hopefully will have suffered enough, and then are not then further punished for holding out in stone buildings, because you get to pepper them with everything you have as their vehicles approach. And if the French, if the French choose not to enter the stone buildings ASAP, then they're really giving that opportunity for the Germans to just dash. Even I guess assault move, if it's uh, a better option for them. You assault move, or you move into like I-5 or whatever via I-6, because it is an open wall and stuff like that, and then you just jump in afterwards. I think those are super viable options. They're readily available. There's no real risk to it, and the Germans can technically shoot. There are very few areas that the French could drive away and not be subject to anything. I think the biggest hex for safety is like I-4. So maybe get like a truck to drive, half track, drive 3, stop for 4, drop for what, 11 total or 10, start for 11, start driving away. Next truck does the same thing. Next truck, next truck, next truck. That's probably the safest one you could do. You could maybe have, like, as the Germans, maybe you set up a guy, somewhere here. I guess technically you could set up in G5. That seems just sketchy as all hell. But if you survive, you're right next to 2 stone buildings. I mean, you could do. I guess you could do the same thing with E5, G5, and I5. Just set up in those 3 hexes, and you get a LMG in I5, shoot down this road with a fire lane. Then ATR in G5, and then maybe a squad in H6. Anyways, all to say that the defensive options for the Germans are larger than you'd expect. They're not super great if you're not in the buildings, in my opinion, just because if you get unlucky, then you're stuck. You're really in a bad position. But outside of that, yeah, I think this one is just too strong for the Germans. But nonetheless, that will be it for tonight. Thank you all for watching, as always. I will hopefully get this uploaded on Wednesday, if not tomorrow, before I leave for Japan. Now, like I said, and I've said time and time again, so hopefully I'm not too much of a broken record, I will not be here for the entire month of September, so do not expect any streams to happen. If any streams do occur, it is because I'm a complete moron and I managed to just start streaming from my phone, which I hope I never end up doing that. So unfortunately, there will be a dearth of streams, but I'm going to try and upload or force YouTube to make public all of the backlog that I have, or at least as much as I can get done. So there will still be some videos that get posted, but nothing quote unquote new. Once I get back in October, regular schedule should resume. There might be maybe that first weekend of October, from the 4th to the 6th. Might not have anything just in case I'm like super jet lagged or whatever. But the second weekend of October, back to full schedule as far as I'm aware and expecting. So until then, have a lovely, wonderful time. Hopefully, everybody is going to stay in good health and good spirits. And I look forward to seeing you all in the future. Bye.